Hey there guys, it's Mr. Q, your friendly neighborhood Qatari, and I know I look a little bit tired. That's because I am tired. I'm here in Seoul because Genesis invited me to take a look at their G70. It's right behind me. They've just announced it yesterday, and we've got a bunch of cars that you can take a look at because we're gonna go on a little bit of a road trip. Let's get started. Shoof!
I forgot my halal breakfast.
Well, that's what you get for just jumping to driver's seat.
You wanna drive?
No, okay.
I'm okay.
Alright guys, so let's take a look at the G70. Let me just start off once again by mentioning that I am not a car expert. And in fact, what I like to do is I like to take a look at a car from, I guess, a normal car driver's point of view and show you the different parts that are very important to me and show you things close up. Hopefully this will help you make a decision. So first of all, this is what the car looks like from the front. You can see that I've got this matte white or matte grayish, got like a hint of gray, you know, to it. From the front, we can see a couple of things. From the grille right over there, we've got this nice little diamond pattern going on. And if I get close up, and the reason why I need to get close up is so that you can see that there's this panel over here for different sensors, and this helps, you know, with collision control and so on. Now on the top, we've got this front-facing camera, which is really good, and the reason why we have that is to help us with the not only parking, but also the bird's eye view, which I'll show you a little bit later on. Now on the left-hand side, you can see that we've got those headlights, and the headlights have this kind of copperish look to it. It reminds me of gaming PCs, specifically I think it's the BenQ, yeah, that has that, which is also very nice. And it's got this nice little branding right over there. You can see it says the Genesis. It says Genesis, and there is a dragonfly flying around me. Now if we take a look at the left-hand side, as I mentioned, yes, there is bird's eye view, and that's why on these side mirrors we've got a camera right over here. Let me show you what the profile of the car looks like really quick. You can see we've got this nice little angled part right over here. Let me just mention that that is for styling, and it doesn't really have a functional purpose, but mostly everything else does have a functional purpose. Now if we take a look at the back, we can see that this is the Sport Edition H-Track 3.3T is what is written on the back. And the Sport Edition, of course, is not only faster, but has a couple of different options that other cars don't have, and I'll show you that in just a second. If we take a look at the back as well, you can see that we've got that rear camera right over here. And let's open this trunk up real quick. That is basically the space that you're looking at. It's pretty dark in here. You're not going to be able to see a lot, but it's actually a pretty decent space. You're going to be able to put maybe one, like a really big suitcase as well as a medium-sized suitcase in here, which is good. Let's open this up. And it looks like there's storage space for you to put whatever you want. I don't know if there's going to be more included in the future, but it's nice to see that you get a tire mobility kit. But look at this space. You can put your tools, you can put your like emergency charger in there. I like it. I like it a lot. Now let's close this really quick. And let's take a look at the exhaust. So the exhaust back here is actually just for styling. It's actually much more smaller. Maybe you can see it from the inside. And let me know what you guys think about these, you know, close-up shots. I personally like them, and it helps me make a decision. From the reverse lights, you can see that they are white. The indicator lights are actually orange, and you can kind of see that hint over there, but they tried to hide it so you don't have, you know, that little rainbow color going on with the red, white, and orange. And from the lights themselves on the back, it's really nice. It's got this little laser effect, especially when you brake. So let me go ahead and get into the car real quick. Sorry, I should also mention that you've got this chrome accents, you know, around the door and chrome on the handle. And I've noticed, and I don't know if this is an option that I haven't enabled or not, but simply touching the handle won't unlock the door. You actually physically need to push the button. Some people like it, some people don't. Now, let me just get into the car real quick, and let me show you what this angle looks like. So the steering wheel lowered as I got into the car. Let me turn the car on. 안녕하세요. Thank you very much for welcoming me into the car. And of course we can go ahead and choose the language. And we're going to choose English. And I think it's going to ask me every single time. Maybe this means okay. Yes, confirm. There we go. So let me just go ahead and Click on cancel for a second. Let me show you this. So in the center, we've got, of course, the RPMs. We've got this digital screen as well. And we've also got the speedometer. So let me go and show you what this digital screen can show us. Let me zoom in just a little bit. There you guys go. So if I click on the menu button, I can select the lane keeping assist, driver attention warning, and then basically this page shows me, some different details. And of course I can see tire pressure. In regards to settings, I can adjust the heads up display, which is right in front of me, right over there, but it is slightly out of focus. There you go, it's actually in focus now. And I can have a lot of different information in there. So let me just show you what I could show. I can enable it. Display height, so I can move it up and down, the rotation, the brightness to make it a little bit easier to see, the content selection, which includes turn-by-turn, traffic information, drive assist info, lane safety info, blind spot safety info, and that's it. Then I can see the speed size, so I can adjust the size, and I talked about this in the G80. You can also adjust the color from white, orange, or green. I've currently got it set to green, but if I set it to orange, that's what it would look like. And I like these little touches, these little customization, because I think it's very important, so you can feel comfortable in the car. You've got driver assistance options, which include SCC reaction, highway driving assist, highway auto speed zone, driver attention warning, lane safety, forward collision avoidance, forward collision warning, rear cross traffic collision, blind spot collision. Man, I'm telling you, you have almost every single option available out there, and it's pretty impressive, especially since the car is quite competitive in terms of pricing. For the door, we've got automatic lock, unlock, two-press unlock, smart trunk. We've got the lights right over here, one-touch turn signal, ambient light brightness, headlight display. We've also got the sound options. You have convenience options as well, such as the seats moving, steering easy access, welcome mirror light, wireless charging system, which I'll show you in just a second. Then you've got notifications for service intervals, and then others, basically all the units, so you can choose. So if I click on menu real quick, you've got the G-force, you've got driver information, which include trip, average, and timer, and you can choose the driving mode. And it does have a variety of different driving modes, including comfort, custom, sport, eco, and smart. Now let me mention really quickly, when you do shift it to comfort, the seats actually right over here, these tighten up. So it actually makes it really comfortable. So it actually kind of hugs you, which I think is actually pretty cool. And I don't think I even have that in my AMG GTS. So that's pretty nice to see. On the left-hand side, we've got the light brightness. We've got lane assist. We've got collision notification. And then we've got the petrol tank and then the glove box. And then on the side mirror over here, actually on the left-hand side, I'm just pointing at it right now. They've actually got an indicator to let you know if there's a car in your blind spot. On the left-hand side right over here, you've got these nice looking aluminum buttons, metal buttons, and you've got the left, you can control the mirrors up and down, unlock, lock, you can adjust all of the mirrors, and then of course you've got this button, which is really important so people don't play around. Now if we look at the stitching, you can see we've got this diamond pattern going on. This is with the silver stitching. If you choose the sport version, of course you have this, and you also have this in black with red stitching, which is cool too. Let me just open up the door real quick. By the way, the car is on and it is really silent, which is nice. You can see that we've got the Lexicon speaker, one over here, one over here. You've got one down over there. You've got one on the center right over there. You've got loads of different speakers, of course, even in the back right over there, which is very nice. Now, if we take a look at the general cluster in the center, you can see we've got the start-stop engine button. You've got the different options so you can adjust, the airflow. You've got the emergency button, power button. Actually, I'm going to show you, like they put plastic on everything, which is really cool. Plastic over there, plastic over here, just like a mobile phone. You can feel like this is it's something really fresh, right? Really fresh. It's like you're the one who got it straight from the factory. Now over here we've also got these paddle shifters, which is really cool. I've got a passenger who's jumping into the car right now, so he's trying to be as quiet as possible, so just letting you guys know, over here, you want to shut the door? Go ahead. And then right over here we've got the radio, the media, the seek. You can also have the SD map right over there, map, nav, and then setup. If we go into the setup, you can see that we've got a touch screen, so let's adjust that touch screen right over here, and you can see a number of different things from, for example, the vehicle settings, We can adjust that to choose a drive mode. You can even adjust the type of sound that comes out of the engine. So it gives you, if you choose, for example, enhance, it gives you like this bassier acceleration, which some people like, some people don't like. I actually like it. You've also got coasting. This technology actually decouples from the transmission so that when you are coasting, it does not use any petrol. You've got this smart posture care, which again, you put your height, you put your weight, you put everything, and it adjusts the seats. So it gives you the best posture position, which I've never seen this before. Have you seen this before?
No.
I've not seen this before. So we go to seat position. You can change the alert. You got an alert. So if we'll go back real quick, you've got navigation, you've got sound, you've got the display. If we choose the display, we can see that we can choose the automatic, whether it is dark or bright, depending on the scenario, illumination, and then you can set it to default. If I go back as well real quick to sound, we can adjust a number of different things from, you know, where the sound sounds like it's coming from, the volume levels, the tone, the priority as well. And then we've got the navigation volume. Then if we select advanced, you can also see speed dependent volume control, which you can select. And you've got that quantum logic surround, which we saw in the G80, which was actually pretty cool because it just made you feel like you were the center of the room or the car. You've got Bluetooth audio, which is also really cool because it has a couple of different things, including connectivity to mirror control. And I'll show you that in just a second. Which I'll show you right now. You've got Android Auto, so it's built in. You've got Apple CarPlay, which is also built in. And then you've got Mirror Link, so that you can mirror what you have on your device if you don't want to use either option. You've got a custom button, which I mentioned right over here with the star, and you can choose to connect it to whatever you want. I've decided to have it connected to the phone projection. If I swipe, date and time, language, keyboard, screensaver, which is currently set to show an analog clock, but you can choose digital or nothing when the screen is off. And then if you click on advanced, you've got the basic things such as the steering wheel mode button, what you want it to do, how do you want to adjust the tune knob function. So there's a lot of things going on. You've got a lot of options that you can modify. This is pretty impressive in such a car. Now you can see that the gear selector is one of those new electronic, you know, just kind of like, almost like a paddle, where you just kind of shift it back and forth to change the between reverse, neutral, and drive. And then it's a button for park, which also has plastic that you can peel off if you want to. You've got heated steering wheel, heated seats, cooled seats. You've got temperature adjustment. You've got that front, what do they call this? They call this defroster, maybe, fog remover, which also, by the way, is also a feature this car has, where it'll detect if there's fog, you know, or even humidity in the car, and it'll expel the air so that you can get rid of that humidity. Again, really impressive to see such a feature in a car. They've got, they've got this right over here. Actually, that was a really good test. I wasn't touching the brake when I tapped this, and it didn't shift the gear. So good to know, safety. Right over here, of course, besides this being able to open and shut, is a Qi wireless charger. So you just simply put your phone down and it'll wirelessly charge it. It'll work with the new iPhone 8 and iPhone X, which is cool. Over here, we've got the cup holders, nice, with this nice little metallic rim. Let me just get real close so that you can see that. There you go. And then over here, this is how you can adjust the driver mode. This is the traction control. You've got the auto start stop off, so you can turn that off. By default, it is on. You've got auto hold. By default, it is off. I wish that it was the opposite, in my opinion. You've got the parking sensor, and then this, if you tap on it, will show you the bird's eye view if you need to. Actually, right now, it's not showing it. Let's try one more time. It's not showing it, so I guess I have to be in drive. Yep. Now that I'm in drive, I can see that bird's eye view on the right hand side, and I can see the front camera on, but I can also change the different settings if I wanted to. So let me put that back into park. And now that it is in park, I can show you got the handbrake right over there. Opening up this glove box, we've got also like a decent amount of space, not a lot, but we've also got a USB port that we can have 2.1 fast charge. That is really nice. Now, one small little feature that I wanted to show off is the glove box is right over here. Look at the handle. The handle opens this way, and that makes sense because it's easy for the driver. So again, small little touches that I appreciate. If we look at the back, in the back, this is what the seats look like. Let me just kind of zoom out just a little bit. This is what the seats look like. You've got two cup holders. You don't really have much in terms of features for the back, but then you also have the AC, and then you've got buttons over here. So maybe if this guy, I'm like, hey man, you're using too much of my space, I can go you know what, lay back, lean back, relax. Or you say, hey, are you comfortable? So like you can be a nice host of a driver when you're driving this car. Now it's in sports mode, I feel comfortable. This is what the car looks like. I want to know what you guys think. It's got loads of different options. So far, it actually feels really good. Again, this is the Genesis G70. If you like this video, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like this video but you appreciate the hard work, give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for the latest videos. I'm Mr. Q, your friendly neighborhood Qatari. Take care. Okay guys, so I just wanted to add something real quick because when I did do that quick walk around, I thought, you know what, I should share a little bit more about my experience driving it. First of all, it's smooth. Second of all, I really liked some of the features such as the auto driving, or at least auto steering. It's not a complete auto drive experience, but it is nice to see that it's there, and it really definitely keeps you into that lane, so that's nice. But then also, of course, there are some features in regards to how stable the car is that I really enjoyed. I think that this is definitely a car that you're going to want to test drive, and I think you'll be happy with it. Now, let me check that out.